This is Murder Miners. We are on Xbox One X, and it is indeed enhanced for a 4K resolution. No HDR support. So you get to make your own little custom character that you can adjust. There's different helmet designs and everything like that. And I think that's kind of a neat idea. They also tease that Murder Miners X is in development, so that's kind of cool. So what is this game? It's a game where you can kind of like have custom maps set up, and then you can host custom games. There's even like local or offline options that are present, and that's kind of a cool little thing you can do. So that's kind of neat, and you can have people join and you can have it private. I would wish that they do have kind of like bots going on. I think that would be a lot helpful for this particular title. But anyways, it does seem to actually have people on here, and you can do split screen if you'd like to, so that's kind of a cool option. So we'll do, I kind of wanted like a shooting version. So yeah, this is the gameplay. You get to choose from a variety of weapons depending on the game type that you're playing. They got things like capture the flag, or I think it's like meet the flag, and you're basically, you know, trying to play CTF. And they've got like deathmatch and team deathmatch, and they got like free play, and there's like building type things, and then there's infection, which is really well done, and a very popular mode on here where you kind of like, they got really neatly done zombie characters in this. Don't you die. And yeah, then they got like Zombie Knot, where it's like Juggernaut zombies, and I think that aspect's kind of cool. So they do some interesting things on here. They have a good selection of maps, which are, you know, somewhat unique, and also some that are like based on other properties or other things. That's this weapon selection wheel. We'll take a deeper look at it next time we die. But yeah, they got a good selection of sort of maps. They had things that really stuck out to me, like there was a Team Fortress, and the Two Forts. I can't remember the name of the map, but it's like a Two Forts thing. That was really cool to see recreated. And there's a Nuketown from Call of Duty was in there too. So I mean, they've remade these maps, and they've kind of had fun with it and did their own little style. So I think that's kind of really interesting, because it's a collection of the other things. So we do get that, you know, smooth 60 FPS, which is really nice. And it's been updated to run well on the platform, which I think is really cool. I hate those so much. But yeah, I know it had like a number of issues when it did initially release, but that's why I now was able to get a code to check it out, because they have cleaned things up, and it does actually run quite well. So this is late at night, and we're still actually getting pretty good player lobbies. I was playing all evening, quite honestly, and I was surprised by how many people were actually playing this. And while I didn't play the initial game back in the day, I can see why, you know, so many people fondly remember and talk about this one. So yeah, it's kind of a neat little game. It does have a lot of players in it, which is kind of cool. But again, I think maybe like bots, I don't know how easy that is to do at this point. Oh, so here's the weapon thing. Boss would be a nice addition now. So you kind of get to pick two weapons. I usually do the machine gun and the shotgun, but there's a wide variety, and then you can just press X to kind of like jump back in if you're happy with your loadout the next time around when you die. That's kind of nice. A very simple UI, but it actually, you know, it's a fairly solid shooter game. It has all the base mechanics, and oh no, it has all the base mechanics of an interesting sort of shooter game, and it does some neat things with it. I don't know what's going on here. I hate when this happens. Oh jeez. So this is like a play on the infection here, and we're spawning in this like weird thing here. Oh jeez. But as you can see, they did a really good job with the zombies. I won? I'm the only survivor. Yeah, they do some interesting mechanics and everything like that. Oh jeez. Oh no, that sucks. This is a terrible level. But they have some really neat level designs and some neat aspects to the gameplay that I think is cool. And you can see that when I had the zombie beforehand, I was able to like zip line, where I can like spit up the vomit and kind of shoot that out. And you got some kind of neat abilities that you can use in order to fight. And as a zombie specifically, you know, that these are neat mechanics for this. I question some of the level designs and everything like that, but I mean, it's not necessarily supposed to be something with like the most competitive of a multiplayer experience. It's kind of something that's geared more towards, you know, having a fun time, a casual time. And I can see like the younger audience being far more drawn to this particular title. I think that's kind of cool. And we can actually like break stuff too. I don't know why we keep playing on this. Maybe it's like round based, this one. There's just so many variations to the action, which I think is interesting. Should I even drop down? I mean, it's kind of hard to make it across there. Oh jeez, did he? Oh, that is terrifying. Ugh. I got eaten by something. I don't like this level. This is a terrible design, but we've got limited games that we could play tonight. And I will be honest, like, even in the evening there was a number of, like, lobbies open. We had, like, full matches almost of Capture the Flag, because you can have something like, I think it's 24 players or so in a lobby at a specific time, which is really quite interesting to me. Now we've got cooler tools. I can never make that jump. Oh, what an awkward level. Okay, so we got a zombie knot one here, which is a little bit different. I don't like this level because it's just like an awkward like helicopter flyover. Anyways, so yeah, there's a good selection of levels in here. It's varied. There's all this different, you know, kinds of modes. There's even like a fight the zombies AI kind of option. But I do think that like bots would kind of definitely benefit this one a lot. Though it does have a lot of modes, and as long as people are playing it, I think this is still going to be a very interesting and or worthwhile sort of title to check out, because it is kind of just really fun. I do honestly find this to be a very enjoyable sort of experience that does run quite well. And, you know, it's just really fun, weird action. You get lots of customization in terms of making your characters look cool. Oh, jeez. And, you know, they have fun with things. Nothing is too serious, which I think is cool. Ow. Maybe we should pick, like, a rocket launcher or something. And they do seem to have a lot of fun with the various mechanics and the style of gameplay. I think that's cool. And I definitely appreciate what this game is a lot more now that I've actually seen it in action. I could see why it was such a kind of a defining game of the Xbox's little indie thing back on the 360. Because you got to remember there was the arcade, the Xbox Live Arcade, and there was regular games that were coming out, and then there was the indie arcade, which is like a smaller little thing. I played a few games on there. There was a couple gems. And they were all like small little cheap games, and I think this one's really quite affordable too for what it is. And you can just like play with a buddy. Wow. I'll just sit in the back. Oh, who's the big one now? Oh yeah, you can devour things too. I totally forgot about that. I think I could send out minions to go and attack them. Yeah. He's gonna be a big monstrous zombie. Oh, I died super easily. Ugh, that thing's disgusting. But yeah, this is kind of just some examples of like the modes and everything. So it does actually have like quite a lot of gameplay to it. A lot of variation in what levels you're doing. I mean, the element where you can kind of like mine through stuff too. I forgot you can switch up to the tongue thing. I could have been sucking that guy in. Anyways. But yeah, you can actually like break apart stuff and everything like that. And there's a melee, and the FPS controls are like surprisingly well done. So it is neat how they do that. Oh geez, that guy is getting mauled. Oh no. It's got like a really silly visual style to it that I think works quite well. I'm trying to find another match though, something a little bit different. So this is an actual like combative one. I think this is free for all because it's just a murder match, but you get the gist of what I'm going for in regards to kind of going over this title. It is definitely cleaned up. They did a good job with getting everything running smoothly at this point, because I do understand that it had some issues around the launch and stuff, so it's nice to see it cleaned up. And I did want to check it out because this is something I have legitimately been having quite a lot of fun with, just because it is different and unique. And I like shooters, so, you know, there's that. And then this one is a shooter that is out of the box. Like, it's not really something you see too often, especially on the console space. I know I've played a few shooters that are kind of like this destructive environment type thing, and I wish I was like doing a regular zombie so that I could show the breaking more, because that's like more what you do there, because you can like sneak up behind enemies and that. But it's nice to see that something, you know, from that indie arcade actually was able to come back. Nobody wins because we were tied or what? You know, to see a game like that come back this generation, even though it is quite late in the generation, and run kind of smoothly, because from what I understand, what is going on? From what I understand, it's almost like impossible to port games over from that. Oh, looks like we're doing a team-based game now that is 3-on-3. And it's kind of cool if you want to do the split screen thing, or if you just want to find people online. I don't want to be with the Panda Boys. Whatever we do, fine, whatever. Just get it started. I don't know why people want to be... Well, that's because of the split screen, I can see why, but... Yeah, I think, you know, they got a smooth running game. Really, it does seem to be just entirely smooth the whole way through. I haven't had any sort of, like, drops or anything like that. Runs very fast, and probably infinitely better than it used to. And you do get that destructive environment that I think is kind of a neat angle. And there's so many different game modes, and so many different types. And it's just sort of like a quick, easygoing, silly party shooter game that doesn't take itself too seriously. On the turbo fire, that's funny. And then you do get all these settings if you are hosting and adjusting things. So I think that's kind of nice too, where it's like players really get all of the freedom in this one to do what they want in it. Come on, get back here. I'm doing like the auto fire thing. I think they've got some kind of like weird turbo stuff going on, which is odd. Yeah. Damn, we are getting blasted. This is why I should have been on the guest team. It's always a disadvantage playing with somebody that's like a guest or something. Just the way it goes. Where did you go? Anyways, yeah, generally had a good time with it. I think visually it's quite appealing. They did a good job performance-wise. Top notch. I do wish that bots were more prevalent. I think that would be a big thing. I may be wrong there, but from what I've seen, yeah. Anyways, this is the game. I think I'll just play a little bit more, keep showing it off, so you get a further idea of what the combat's like. But I am really quite getting destroyed. Are they using the miner thingy? Why stop building blocks? Makes it so hard to get out. I don't want to be trapped in a building with you. Are there more than 3 of them on that team? 'Cause that's just really unfair. No, yeah, now they've got 4 on there. Ugh. So we could try. Oh, I don't really want to do the battle rifle. Stop building. What is this person doing? You're not contributing. Yeah, cool action. Fun game. Something different. That's a lot of what this is. You know, finding a shooter that's a little bit different. Did he jump around there? Where are you going?